Chicago and the Philippines. A comprehensive review of the week's special community events, featuring many exciting personalities, handled by the most professional Chicago Philippine Reports TV staff.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Chicago Philippine Reports TV, still the #1 Filipino show in the Midwest. I'm Girly Pascual. Welcome to our show. Today we have all the top stories from the Philippines. We also have what's happening in our own Filipino-American community of Chicago. We have interesting interviews led by our very own executive producer, Miss Veronica Layton. We have Bridget Cotero Carino. All these are coming up and more. Afterward from our sponsors, please stay with us.
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
As of today, hindi na po parte si Undersecretary Perez sa DPWH. Siya mismo ay nagkusa at respeto natin yung desisyon niya.
Public Works Undersecretary for Convergence and Technical Services, Aray Perez, has filed his irrevocable resignation after Batangas 1st District Representative Leandro Leviste named him as among the members of Secretary Vince Dizon's team who allegedly met with contractors in a restaurant for possible kickbacks.
May mga red flag tulad ng bakit sa labas ng opisina sa mga contractor na magbibid sa mga proyekto. In the context of DPWH, we should hold our officials to a high standard. We cannot give them the benefit of the doubt.
Leviste also questioned Perez's history, especially in relation to bidding out projects. He warned that corruption could simply move from the district engineering offices of the DPWH to its central office once Perez is assigned to oversee procurement. Perez previously served as a senior official at the Basis Conversion Development Authority or BCDA, president of the Clark International Airport Corporation, and chief regulatory officer of Metro Pacific Tollways Corporation.
Nakakapagtaka bakit sa lahat ng mga tao sa buong Pilipinas, si Yusek Aray Perez pa ang aatasan ni Secretary Vince Dizon para sa posisyon na yan na posible pa siya ang hahawak ng bidding ng mga proyekto sa central office na sakop ang buong bansa.
Dizon acknowledges that he and Perez had worked closely at PCDA, but he made it clear that friendship will not get in the way of accountability.
Sinabi ko na sa kanya, iimbestigahan kita. Iimbestigahan kita. Wala akong, syempre, kaya kita imbestigahan. Pero sabi niya, ayoko okay kang yun. Sek, sabi niya. Pero, ito na po. Magkukusa na po ako kasi napaka-importante, itong sinabi niya, napaka-importante ng kailangan gawin ng departamento base sa mga direktiba ng ating Pangulo at ayokong maging pabigat. Sa aking experience sa kanya, maayos siya. No? Maayos siyang magtrabaho, mabilis. Yun ang kailangan natin, mabilis magtrabaho. At sa pagkakilala ko sa kanya, honest siya.
Dizon also clarified that contrary to Leviste's earlier claims, Perez had not yet been assigned to head the Bids and Awards Committee at the DPWH Central Office. He explained as well that it is normal for DPWH officials to meet with contractors. What matters, he said, is that no money changes hands.
Dapat ay laging basehan facts. Hindi hearsay, hindi kwento, hindi haka-haka, hindi rumor. Madaling madaling magsabi, madaling manira.
ABS-CBN News has sought comment from former Undersecretary Perez, but he has yet to respond. Leviste meanwhile said removing Perez or even other airing officials is not enough, stressing that the DPWH system must be reformed. In response, Dizon vowed to carry out changes, including a review of project costs in every region to reduce opportunities for corruption. He also committed to greater transparency in the DPWH, from the budget process to project implementation.
Ang assessment ko, personally, sa nakita ko, kay Curly Tiscaya, hustler siya talaga. Marami siyang pinoprotektahan. It looks like Senator Bongo is being protected
Ombudsman Jesus Crispin Rebulla shared this view after government contractors Pacifico and Sara Discaya withdrew their cooperation in the Independent Commission for Infrastructure's investigation into anomalous flood control projects. Remulla said the Discaya couple appeared to be protecting some personalities, including Senator Bongo, because of their joint venture with a construction firm owned by the senator's father, Desiderio Go.
Yung CLTG Builders, yan ang isang contractor. It stands for Christopher Lawrence Tesoro Go. Yan po ay kumpanya ng kundi kapatid niya, tatay niya, na nakipag-joint venture sa mga Diskaya. At yung detalye nun, very evasive sila sa bagay na yon.
According to a 2018 investigative report by the Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism, CLTG Builders ranked among Davao City's top 10 contractors from 2010 to 2017. The firm was awarded about 1.85 billion pesos worth of infrastructure projects during that period. The PCIG also reported that CLTG won an additional 2.7 billion pesos in projects through joint ventures with 4 other contractors, including Discaya-owned St. Gerard Construction and Alfredo Builders, owned by Bongo's half-brother Alfredo Go. The report revealed that CLTG was among the firms with the most delayed projects in the region. Senator Go earlier dismissed the PCIG report as malicious, but the media organization stood by its findings. On Thursday, Go denied knowing the Discayas nor taking part in the business dealings of his family. The senator said he is open to any investigation into the matter.
With all due respect to the Ombudsman, sinusuportahan po natin lahat ng investigasyon. At isa po ang aking masasabi, I do not know the Discayas. Hindi ko po kilala. In fact, nung hearing, nung mga nakarambuan dito sa Senado, tinanong ko sila, ang mga Discaya. Tinanong ko sila, meron ba kayong joint venture with the CLTG? Yes. Tapos na ba? They answered yes. Napapakinabangan na ba? Yes.
The senator also said he supports charges to be filed against those found liable for any irregularities, even if they are related to him.
Kung kamag-anak ko kasama dyan, nag-joint venture sila, noong 2017, umatras na nga eh. Hindi pa nagutin natin. Huwag niyo po ipahid sa akin ang dumi para kayo ang pumuti.
He also appealed to witnesses and contractors in the corruption scandal to reveal everything to unmask the mastermind.
Nananawagan po ako sa lahat ng witnesses. Kaya lahat ng contractors, magsabi kayo ng totoo. Magsabi kayo ng totoo. Tumbukin po natin yung talagang mastermind. Papunta na eh. Papunta na dun sa mastermind eh.
Despite the couple's withdrawal of cooperation with the ICI, the National Prosecution Service said they will continue to receive government protection.
Remember, the protection was provided to them as a consequence of the ongoing legislative inquiry sa Senate and sa House. May panganib daw sa buhay nila, so kailangan bigyan mo ng proteksyon dahil sa kung ano't ano man ang mangyari dyan sa mga tao niyan, pananagutan pa rin ang pamahalaan yan eh.
Prosecutor General Richard Fadulion reminded the public that admission to the Witness Protection Program does not guarantee immunity from prosecution.
Nabigla kami, pero as far as the department is concerned, wala pa naman pahiwatig na sila ay hindi magpapatuloy na makipag-usap sa amin.
Fadulion adds, the Discayas are not in a position to make demands as they apply for witness protection.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. returned to the quake-hit province of Cebu on Friday to check on survivors and inspect temporary shelters for displaced families. About 162 families are staying at the tent city in Bugos City following the magnitude 6.9 earthquake last month. The president said he was satisfied with efforts to help displaced residents and gave his assurance that the national government will continue to provide assistance. Up to 10,000 pesos in cash assistance have been given to homeowners with damaged houses. The president also says the tents will soon be replaced by stronger modular shelters.
Siguro hindi naman tayo mapapahiya sa tao na sabi natin basta't may pangangailangan nandyan ang pamahalaan.
The president was also grateful to Philippine Red Cross, which donated a mini swimming pool and created a child-friendly space where children could watch films and hold activities.
naglagay ng swimming pool para sa bata. Parang maliit lang na bagay, pero hindi. At least nakita mo, tumatawa na naman, nagsisigaw. Malaking bagay yan para sa mental health ng ating mga kabataan. I'm happy to report na meron na talaga lahat, everybody, lahat na nasiraan ng bahay ay meron ng tinitirahan kahit na tent lang muna.
We have child-friendly spaces. We have also isolation tents for male and female, para kung may magkasakit man, i-separate natin para to avoid ang hawaan. Through the use of our public address system, so na-empower natin yung mga beneficiaries, not just to act as a beneficiaries, but to act also as a leader.
Many survivors laud government swift action for providing much-needed accommodation and non-food supplies. Affected families were initially given their own tents, along with mats, pillows, and blankets. Displaced residents are reluctant to return home because of continued aftershocks. According to survivors, staying at the tent city is safer and convenient since they are given water and food supplies. The president also visited the Bogos City Provincial Hospital and the Bayanihan Village in San Remigio, where victims are staying at modular units. The death toll due to the September 30 quake has climbed to 79.
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now. In times of economic uncertainty and chaos, your money means nothing. You may not even be able to get it from your bank or ATM. And the money you do have in the stock market will go down and down and down. It's happened during every economic cycle, and it will happen again. What you can bank on is gold and silver. Gold and silver have been a reliable and trusted form of currency for thousands of years. Gold and silver have never been worth zero, and typically gold holds its value and sometimes grows during economic turmoil. Call the Gold Hotline now and learn how to protect your money and your assets with gold and silver. And learn how to set up a new IRA or roll over your current one into a gold-backed IRA. Protect your money from the next market crash with gold and silver. Call now for your free gold guide.
Do you need to get your hands on some extra money right now? Maybe $25,000 or more? If you're a homeowner, now is a perfect time to get cash out. While homes in many neighborhoods like yours have gone up in value, you can use the money for anything. It's yours. You can buy an investment property, pay for college, pay off higher interest debt, or make home improvements. A cash out refinance is the perfect solution to get the cash you need. If you need $25,000, $50,000, or even $100,000, now's the time. Home values are up, and so is your equity. We offer you a way to use it. No need to sell your home or use your savings. Call New American Funding now and speak to a cash out refi specialist and see how much cash out you can get.
Call New American Funding at 855-332-5600 3929. That's 855 332 3929. Call 855 332 3929.
Via Times, vital news, vibrant views for the Filipino Asian communities in Chicago. Via Times for your most interesting and exciting reading and your party coverages. Via Time has very interesting columnists. You name it, Via Times has it. Law, Filipino news, dentistry, immigration, humor, serious opinions, health, beauty, mysticism, Bata Corner, showbiz, and intelligently written editorials. Call Via Times at 773-866-0811.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of this show today. I'm really very excited and very honored to have in my show these two young Filipino American leaders of our community. Okay, for the celebration of the Filipino American History Month, this month of October, we are trying to be so Filipinized in our show. And I'm happy to have here with me Miss Ginger Leopoldo, right? And Ginger is the executive director of Circa Pintig. You've heard about Circa Pintig. Well, she will be talking to us about that. And the good-looking young kid. She's a kid. He really looks like a kid to me. He told me his age, but no, he's still a kid. His name is RJ Silva. RJ Silva is the artistic director of the Circa Pintig, and I'm welcome to our show, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. I know you guys are very, very busy, but within the celebration of the Filipino American Heritage Month, there is another celebration from the occasion of celebrating the theater group, and these guys are from the Filipino American Theater Festival, right? All right. This is the second year. I was told, or I read in the press release. Welcome to our show, Ginger and RJ.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Ginger, will you please tell our viewing audience about your Circa Pintig?
Yes, thank you so much for having us on the show. We are so very excited to celebrate all together. As you mentioned, it is Filipino American History Month, and we celebrate not only about our history, but also, of course, our heritage. And of course, the work that Circa Pintig does is around arts and culture. So we consider ourselves cultural activists. We have been around since 1991. As you may know, our first production was a play called America is in the Heart, the story of Carlos Bolosan. So the founding of our organization is really rooted in history. And as a matter of fact, Tita V, as you mentioned, RJ just looks like such a young man, a young boy. Well, I am a product of Circa Pintig. Actually, before Pintig formed in 1991, I was an adolescent, 12 years old, growing up uptown Chicago, not really understanding what it means to be Filipino. But when I began to engage in the arts and became empowered and involved, I'm here today to ensure that we continue on and celebrate into our 35th anniversary, which comes up next year.
Wow. You know what, Ginger? I think I've seen you growing up in this community since you were so little.
Yes.
Because I was, the founder of the Circa Pintig is Ging
Yes,
Mascareñas, right?
correct. Yes, our co-founder.
And so I was really very um, I familiar
Yes.
with the group of the Circa Pintig, even though
Right.
I'm not really involved, but as a journalist, I write
Of
about a
course.
lot of things about Circa. And
Yes.
matter of fact, Ging Mascareñas
Mhm.
was a member of our Hall of Famers.
Oh, yes, yes, she was. Thank you for all the support for all of these years. We wouldn't be here today without community leaders like you as well.
Thank you so much. Okay. And now, wow, RJ, this very quiet, very smiling young man is here today, and he's, I know he's very proud of his Filipino American heritage and culture, and with the work that he's doing with the Circa Pintig. Please let us know what you're doing and what you feel about as an young Filipino American working with the group.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I joined Circa Pintig also when I was younger back in college. I was in a performance of Alios, the story of Carlos Bulosan, back in, I think that was 2012,
Yes.
2013, right? And was an intern with Circa Pintig. And then when I came back to Chicago in 2021, I re-engaged with the theater, was in a production of Dario's All-American Diner, which was Best New Play in 2023. Um, and so that kind of kickstarted me into thinking about this festival, this Filipino American Theater Festival. We just have so many Filipinos and Filipino Americans whose stories haven't been explored yet. And we have such brilliant playwrights all over the country and in the world, even from the Philippines, that have never had the opportunity to have their plays either read out loud or to be performed by Filipinos, like Filipino actors. So we started this last year in hopes that we would get, one or two submissions, and we ended up getting, I think, up to 70 submissions. We performed 30 plays last year. This year, we're only performing 13, so that way we can have longer pieces. But a lot of our playwrights, a lot of them are either very, well established, well acclaimed Filipino playwrights in their communities. Some of them have written for the very first time, written plays for the first time. So it's a great opportunity to let Filipino and Filipino American voices be heard for the first time
Yes.
in Chicago, too.
RJ, what is the theme for this year's festival?
Yes, this year's theme, we announced that it was Pangarap, the dream. So we gave that theme for everyone to write about, just in a very tumultuous time right now. We wanted to remind kind of our culture, like why Filipinos are in America. We, to live that American dream, to pursue that American dream. And so we wanted to ask playwrights their stories, their plays about characters that pursue the American dream and what dreams mean to them and their characters. So we were able to receive, I think, up to 30 pieces, and we selected 13 to perform starting this weekend.
Sounds exciting. All right. Okay, Ginger. I know with the work that you've been doing. As a matter of fact, you were hurrying up for this interview. You were still in your
Oh,
car when we started, and I know you have a hands full. Um, okay, so what are the other activities upcoming for the group
yeah.
or from the group?
Yes, well, I will say Circa Pintig is very much in collaboration with other community groups in Chicago. We have a very strong relationship right now at the Rizal Center, for example. We host a lot of our arts and cultural work there at the center. We work closely with groups like Sama Sama Project and the Halo Halo Project, which is kicking off
a partnership with the Chicago Public Libraries, as a matter of fact. And so October 11th, there will be a full day of activities, including the Filipino School of Chicago, which just is newly formed. But there'll be activities for the children and the families. And then Sama Sama is going to be performing. But we also have Alderwoman Lenny, who will be reading a children's story called Time to Shine. Lots of speakers, authors, and artists for that afternoon. And after that event at the Seltzer Library, we're going to be hosting a meet and greet at Rizal Center before we open and kick off our theater festival. So it will be a full day activities. And again, Circa Pintig is just so fortunate to be able to work together in a collaborative spirit with the other organizational groups so that we can keep sort of having vibrant programming. And of course, the Filipino American Historical Society is a strong partner as well. So we all are kind of doing what we can for the community.
Wow, really?
Yes.
I can't believe it. Right. Lots of activities. Okay. So if I won't be able to see any of these activities because of some challenges in my life right now, please send me some pictures for the By Times News magazine.
Well, yeah. RJ, do you want to share a little bit about the gala, the November 30th gala that we'll be having?
Yes, we'll be having a gala. Remind me again, Ginger, who our performers are?
Yes, so we are featuring our renowned artist, Tita Esther Hanna, along with the winner of The Voice of 2023, Sofronio Vasquez. And so he will be our guest artist November 30th. And this is part of a collaborative. We're trying to put together a community arts fund because Ctv, even though Circa Pintig has been around for many decades now, it's a very difficult time for small nonprofits, especially in the arts, to continue to sustain itself. And though we've gotten really wonderful support from, DCASE here in Chicago, the Illinois Humanities, Illinois Arts Council, Asian Giving Circle, Crossroads, we get some funding, but it's not able to really support the programs that we want to have. And so we need to continue to raise more funds. So the fundraiser is happening November 30th, and this is going to be at the Allegra Banquet. We'll have some local performers like Sama Sama Project, Sona Umbra, even Foline Roos might be able to share some of her music from her musical called Crossroad the Musical, which we workshopped this summer. But yes, two special guests, one local, Tita Esther Hanna, and then Sofranio Vasquez. So, and the theme for that one is also dreams, pang-arap. So we hope that everyone can join us, or if you're interested, people are interested in a partnership or sponsorship, that's also another way that we can make sure that we can fill up the house there at Allegra Banquet Hall for November 30.
Wow, how exciting. I know Esther Han is a friend, and I'm really aware of Mr. Sopronio Vasquez. Oh, wow, so popular. And wow, this is really a very exciting news for our community. Send me some flyers for our issue this coming month, so we can help publish and promote.
Thank
All
you.
right. And wow, this is on the November 30th. Where?
At Allegra, the banquet hall in Schiller Park. Allegra Banquet Hall, I think, we've got partners like the Chicago Nightingales is one of our community partners. A couple of the Lions Club, PIWC are some of our partners now. And so I know sometimes there are many celebrations that happen there at the Allegra Banquet Hall.
Yes, you're right, because Allegra is very popular of a Filipino venue for parties because it's really nice.
It is.
Almost every week, I
Are going there.
always at Allegra, and it's so exciting. This is so exciting. Okay, guys, what else? What else is you want to talk about? Because we're running
Yes.
out of time.
We are running out of time. One of the other projects that we actually are receiving some funding for our playwright, Lani T. Montreal, who, of course, you featured also a few months back because she had her solo show, Anak ni Tapia, which she took on tour to Italy, to Paris, to San Francisco. She, of course, also wrote our play, Panther in the Sky. And this is a project that we're looking to remount. And actually, we'll be presenting to some of the local colleges here in Chicago in November. So those are some stage readings that we're going to have. It's stories about mothers and their sons. The sons were lost due to gun violence. So it's really addressing sort of that issue that also is affecting our communities. So we're very excited to be able to remount that. And then the Illinois Arts Council, the Illinois Humanities just gave us a small grant for a project called The Art of Belonging, which is bringing back a trilogy of Bienvenido Santos short stories that Larry Leopoldo adapted. That would also be a remount to couple with Estrella Alamar's collection of some of the films that have been digitized. So it's a collaboration with Cprtv and the Filipino American Historical Society of Chicago. And by the way, we have our museum and our studio on October 19th. There will be an open house so that you could see the current exhibit at the place where all of Estrella's archives are. So I hope that people can also come out to that.
Oh my God. Goodness
So much.
gracious.
So much.
You Ginger is really nonstop. And I'm really so proud of you, what you're doing for the community.
Thanks,
You keep it
Cprtv.
up. And
Yes.
this young kid,
Mm-hmm.
this young kid here is really just starting up, but I know that he's really going to be really get involved with this beautiful community,
Yes.
right, RJ?
Yes,
All
very,
right.
very grateful already with all of
Yes.
our
And we really can't do all that we're doing without the
Oh,
direction that
yes,
RJ
yes.
brings in. He's such a
Artistic
talent. He's a
director,
playwright. Exactly. He
playwright,
performs, he writes, he produces. We are the lucky ones.
and also
Thank you.
maybe sometimes as an actor. Really. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Thank you so much for gracing our show, Miss Ginger Leopoldo, Executive Director of Cprtv, and Mr. RJ Silva, Artistic Director of Cprtv. Maligayang araw ng pagka-Pilipino. Is that how it is? Happy
Happy days.
Happy
you know, there was a blockage in my
It's okay.
yeah,
Maraming
okay.
salamat po.
Thank
Happy
you so much.
Filipino-American History or
Yes,
Heritage
it is.
Month.
It's, yeah, definitely.
Bye now. And
Mhm.
thank you for watching the Veronica's portion of this show. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat. All
Thank you.
right,
Salamat
bye
po din.
now.
Thank you.
This is a prayer and a reminder. All we have is now. Anak, umuwi ka na.
Worldwide this morning, growing concern over a growing health crisis.
The World Health Organization has just declared that this is a pandemic.
Hi. I can't hug you. Don't touch me.
Over the last several days, we have seen peaceful demonstrations.
Protests over police brutality continued here in Austin.
Remember when you started going to college? You came home a liberal?
Dad, please.
That's what we do to you guys in this court.
All these people that we never met and never will meet because of what had happened to them. It's just too much.
The way that our family communicates is not necessarily, it's not great.
What advice would you give for those of us that are struggling?
Deal with it.
Eh.
I think the norm for our communities has been to just stay silent and like keep to your own business.
I could definitely be doing more than I'm doing right now, and I know that others can as well.
What if someone is called from God to be an activist?
I can answer that question.
Shouting revolution, oh wow, breaking each tradition.
You don't believe in the Black Lives Matter movement?
An advocacy group reporting at least 3,800 anti-Asian hate incidents since last March.
I'm kind of conflicted. I'm like, maybe I should move home and be here with them.
I hope that this moment makes you take a step forward and a step together in the right direction.
In order for a subject to not be taboo in our community, there always has to be like someone to start that conversation.
You speak up for me when I can't speak up for myself. And I've seen you do that for other people.
I see a lot of people who just kind of cut off friends and family, and I don't think I can do that. I love my parents.
This is a symbol of our voices. If you look at your neighbors around you, you will see who stands with you, who stands for you.
At least I know that you can stand up. That's the thing I'm so happy about.
It's more fun in the Philippines.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show. Today, I have a very interesting guest. She's a book writer and she will be talking about her newly released book. And her name is Amy Daniels. Did I say it right, Amy?
That is correct, yes.
Welcome to our show, Amy, and I'm happy to have you here today. Here
Thank you.
in wow, sunshiny Chicago today. And okay, as a book author, is this your first book to write?
It is my first book. Yes,
All right.
absolutely. Yep.
And
Yeah.
the title of your book is An American Awakening, correct?
Correct.
An American Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
And Amy, my first question is about this book. What inspired you to write this book?
Okay, yeah. So basically, if you read the book, you'll find that I had a pretty dramatic story. So I faced great challenges and rose from the ashes. So I think the humanitarian side of me, or for anyone really, that has done that, if you think you can help somebody, you want to share that journey. So I've actually wanted to share the story for about 20 years. External conditions just never lined up for me to be able to do that. So they have now. So it will be my greatest joy if I end up getting feedback at some point that my story has helped somebody. So that would really be the point of it all and make it worth it.
How long did it take you to write the book?
Well, it's a bigger process than one might suspect.
Right.
I tend to sign up for things when I don't really know what I'm getting into. So I feel like the book was like that, where I was like, yes, I will write this book. And then there was a lot of things that I learned along the way. It took probably about 14, 15 months.
All right.
Yeah. And that was of pretty constant work.
the title to me is quite interesting. An American Awakening. What was awakened?
So it talks about going through a spiritual awakening in a modern society. So this may not align with what people think that looks like. There is on the description of the book on Amazon, it asks the question, what happens when spiritual awakening does not look like peace and enlightenment, but chaos, confusion, and crisis? So it's been that term, spiritual emergency. In the 1970s, Stan and Christina Groff coined the term spiritual emergency. So it's been around for a long time. There are some therapeutic circles that are aware of it, but not all of them. So it's really interesting. When you go through the book, it shows you the fragmentation of America's mental health care system and all the different labels. You know, you walk in one office and it may be bipolar. You walk into another office, schizophrenia, perhaps in another, you're having a Kundalini awakening, another, a spiritual emergency. So, depending on who's observing it, it can have different names, which really makes the healing process kind of muddled and difficult.
Would you classify this as a novel or some kind of a autobiography or what?
I think it's memoir with elements of self-help interwoven. And it really talks about the paradigm, the evolution of mental health care. Because again, like I am going through all these different environments. I even go to conferences, where I'm a spectator amongst all these professionals. Where one of the conferences in 2010 was a group of people that got together for integrative mental health, acknowledged the shortcomings of the current system, and then their work to try to change that paradigm. Their expectation was the year 2050. So they're hard at work right now, trying to steer that paradigm, in a more holistic direction. So, yeah.
So there's some kind of a spiritual tone and the way you wrote the book, the story, right?
There is, yeah.
There is. And it's actually right on time. The release of the book is actually right on time for the celebration of the World Mental Health Day.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how did you think of doing it, a coincidence and everything, for the release of the book?
Things kind of aligned that way, right? So as I was getting everything ready, I could see that it aligned quite nicely with World Mental Health Day, which is October 10th. So that just passed us about a week ago. It just felt like the perfect day to add the book to the conversation. So, of course, it's a day where we promote wellness globally. So, one of the things that we're becoming more and more aware of is how our interconnection as a human family affects our mental health. I actually would, on that topic, I actually want to plug a really great book on that by a world-renowned psychiatrist, Dr. Dan Siegel. So he was one of the professionals at that conference that I was at in 2010, and it's called Intraconnected. So it's the integration of self, identity, and belonging, and it talks about how our connection to each other, how that really affects our mental health. So we are not islands, individual, that we are so connected, and what happens next door and in the next country, and that all comes back to us as individuals. So it's very
Yeah, for
interesting.
sure. There's always some kind of interconnection between our spirituality and our mental attitude
Mhm.
towards each other. Don't you think so? And in your book, it seems that you were able to write about it and associate the two together. And it's really very interesting. Is it some kind of a heavy reading for the readers?
No. So, I had done a presentation on this topic. It was back in 2021. And one of my friends who does referrals for mainstream mental health, at the time, I think it was Mental Health America, but he's independent now. He told me, he's like, who is this for? Academics? Like he didn't love it. Like it was a little bit, kind of dry and like higher level. So I really wrote the book. It's kind of an entertainment piece. I hate to say that straight out because there's a lot of turmoil, right? But I've interwoven, like funny pieces into it, into the adventure story. So Catherine Lucas, who's author of In Case of Spiritual Emergency, wrote a little blurb in the beginning of the book, and she describes it as a Shakespearean tragicomedy. So
Wow.
it's funny and there's tragedy and it's all the elements. It's life. It's the ups and downs of life.
That's quite interesting. Amy, where can our viewing audience pick up a copy of your book?
So they can go to Amazon.com, and it's An American Awakening, The Interdependent Relationship of Spirituality and Mental Health by Amy Daniels. They can also go to my website, which is prophetsource.com, and that's PROPHET, prophetsource.com. And then just so you know, the cover here, if you take a glance, that's what you're looking for.
All right. Okay. It's very interesting reading, I'm sure. And I bet many of our viewing audience will be interested in buying Amy's book. And here's the author here herself, and Miss Amy Daniels, author of An American Awakening. We thank you for gracing our show today, Amy, and I wish you good luck and congratulations, and hope to see you again in this show one of these days in the future. If you have another book to promote, all right. Okay, Amy?
Okay. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for gracing our show. At maraming salamat. That is thank you in our language, okay?
Oh.
At maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Ako po si Veronica. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye, Amy.
Bye.
It's more fun in the Philippines.
We would like to welcome all of you to Baladna Jewelry. We have a very big selection of 21 karat gold jewelry imported from the Middle East, from Dubai, Saudi, and Bahrain. And we have a very big selection of diamond. We offer free financing for 6 months, and we have a layaway system which you can leave your stuff for 3 months. We repair gold and we buy old gold. Welcome to Baladna Jewelry.
Salamat po.
Good afternoon. This is Bridget Carino-Quecher bringing you this week's local news from our community. The state of Illinois has closed on the acquisition of 2 small upland parcels of property in Will County needed for the Brandon Road Interbasin Project, a federal initiative designed to prevent invasive carp from accessing the Great Lakes. The parcels, totaling 2.75 acres, were donated to the state by Midwest Generation LLC. On May 23rd, the state of Illinois closed on a nearly 50-acre parcel of land, including riverbed access, that was needed for the project. That parcel, too, was donated to the state by Midwest Generation. President Donald Trump called out Time magazine for its weird cover photo of him. Trump's triumph in securing the release of the remaining Israeli hostages held by Hamas terrorists in Gaza since the infamous October 7, 2023 attack, in which some 1,200 people, mostly civilians, were killed and 251 were taken hostage, is the focus of the magazine's November 10th cover story. The issue's cover was released online Monday afternoon with a photo that looks up at Trump from near his midsection, giving the impression the president is bald or balding. The new service tax had been floated in the spring, is expected to come up for a potential vote in Springfield next week when Democrats reconvene for the October veto session. Over 80 everyday services like parking, haircuts, dry cleaning, oil changes, handyman services, car repairs, lawn care would be subject to the new service tax. These new taxes would be put in place in the entire state of Illinois to bail out Chicago mass transit. Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle and Commissioner Bridget Gaynor announced the Cook County Homeowner Relief Fund has expanded its eligibility requirements and extended its deadline to October 31, 2025. The $15 million program will assist homeowners who have experienced a substantial increase in property taxes in recent years. Selected recipients will receive $1,000 in one-time assistance. To qualify for the program, Cook County homeowners must have experienced a property tax increase of at least 30%, lowered from the previous threshold of 50% in the 2021, 2022, or 2023 tax years. They must also have a household income at or below 100% of the county's area median income. Applicants must also occupy the property as their primary residence. The Illinois Environmental Protection Agency, Illinois EPA, and the Illinois Department of Agriculture have announced $67 million in funding to offer cost-share financial incentives to producers and landowners who will implement no-till or strip-till starting in the fall of 2025. The intent of the program is to promote the implementation of no-till and strip-till via the Partners for Conservation Program and the State of Illinois Priority Climate Action Plan. No-till and strip-till practices improve soil health, reduce erosion and runoff, and lower long-term input costs, said IDOA Director Jerry Costello II. We appreciate the state and federal partnerships that bring grant funding to encourage conservation of Illinois' fertile farmland. Pre-enrollment and applications are available online. Despite inflationary pressures and continued threats of federal funding cuts, Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle unveiled a proposed $10 billion executive budget recommendation for fiscal year 2026. This thoughtful and balanced budget includes billions of dollars in public health and public safety funding and continues successful pandemic recovery efforts without layoffs, tax increases, or cuts to essential services. This $10 billion budget continues the county's commitment to a stronger and financially solid future, said President Preckwinkle. It does all of this without layoffs, tax increases, or cuts to vital public services. This is important for a couple of reasons. It shows that we can accomplish our innovative work without asking more. It keeps taxpayer dollars in taxpayer pockets. And it means the work we have done over the last 15 years is paying off. That's all for today. Thank you for watching the news this week. This is Bridget. See you next time.
This is a prayer and a reminder. All we have is now. Anak, umuwi ka na.
Worldwide this morning, growing concern over a growing health crisis.
The World Health Organization has just declared that this is a pandemic.
Hi. I can't hug you. Don't touch me.
Over the last several days, we have seen peaceful demonstrations.
Protests over police brutality continued here in Austin.
Remember when you started going to college? You came home a liberal?
Dad, please.
That's what we do to you guys in school.
All these people that we never met and never will meet because of what had happened to them. It's just too much.
The way that our family communicates is not necessarily, it's not great.
What advice would you give for those of us that are struggling?
Deal with it.
Yeah. I think the norm for our community has been to just stay silent and like keep to your own business.
I could definitely be doing more than I'm doing right now, and I know that others can as well.
What if someone is called from God to be an activist?
I can answer that question.
Shouting revolution, oh, while breaking each tradition.
You don't believe in the Black Lives Matter movement?
An advocacy group reporting at least 3,800 anti-Asian hate incidents since last March.
I'm kind of conflicted. I'm like, maybe I should move home and be here with them.
I hope that this moment makes you take a step forward and a step together in the right direction.
In order for a subject to not be taboo in our community, there always has to be like someone to start that conversation.
You speak up for me when I can't speak up for myself. And I've seen you do that for other people.
I see a lot of people who just kind of cut off friends and family, and I don't think I can do that. I love my parents.
This is a symbol of our voices. If you look at your neighbors around you, you will see who stands with you, who stands for you.
At least I know that you can stand up. That's the thing I'm so happy about.